Hey, everybody, how you doing? Well, that's good. Welcome to PHLY Flyers. My name is Bill Matz. I'm your director of fun and games for the afternoon. Happy 4th of July Eve. Tomorrow, my favorite holiday on the calendar. But we are coming to you today, Thursday, July 3rd. And joining me today, it is Broad Street Hockey's own Kelly Hinkle. What's going on today, Hinks?
4th of July is your favorite holiday?
It is, yeah. It's a no nonsense holiday.
It is.
You
grill fun.
You grill a bunch of food outside. You drink. You play with explosives. That's what holidays are supposed to be. But here we are on the eve of July 3rd, and Kelly, I guess we have mailbag questions today. We're going to get to as many mailbag questions as we can, so probably like 6. But a little bit of news to lead off the show. We did not have an emergency pod yesterday because there was no signing. In fact, Maxim Shabanov signed with the New York Islanders. A whole bunch of teams were apparently in the running. Flyers, Utah, Vegas, both New York teams. Boston, I think I saw mentioned, and it wasn't the Flyers. Kind of a surprise. It seemed like that was a little wrapped up. We thought Danny seemed pretty optimistic about Shabanov signing here, but Kelly Hinkle was not to be.
Nobody wants to play for Danny Briere's Flyers, Bill. Many people are saying it's a failing organization. Can't attract talent.
You know, we talked a little about the Islanders a few shows ago and just like looking at their depth chart. Now, they have a lot of guys signed. They have a lot of guys signed long term. But in terms of
they're all crappy old
young,
dudes.
Yeah, young top 6, top 9 potential forwards, maybe a little bit more of an opportunity for Shabanov there. I guess maybe that's the decision making process for him, but it's still a major disappointment. I appear to have lost Kelly Hinkle. She will be back in just a second. Now, I saw Charlie tweet a little bit ago that it's not there's Kelly again. She is back, and she
glitched out. Sorry.
There you go. Okay, we have you now. No, I was just talking about Shabanov not coming here. Like, I saw Charlie tweet out maybe last night, maybe it was earlier this morning. Like, this isn't a off-season crushing move because you have no idea what this kid is, and it's not like the Flyers are short on wings, but it could have been a little bit of fun. It was the highest profile, I guess, until Kuznetsov makes his comeback, international free agent. We know we want to stock it up with Russians, so Matvei has some pals to play with.
Yeah.
And it was a guy who didn't cost you anything but, a contract, an ELC. And now it's just disappointing. I'm not crushed. I'm not upset with Danny Briere. I don't think he screwed anything up. But it's just one of those, it was an opportunity that, didn't come through.
Yeah, it would have been neat just to kind of see what he turns into because it's like a real unknown quantity. So it would have been cool just to kind of see what happens. But also, like, I feel like the way that he made his decision makes me think that perhaps his attitude wouldn't really suit what we're trying to do here. Like, because listen, and honestly, like, I don't begrudge him for it, but like,
he gets to do what he wants to do.
Obviously, I'm sure he wants to maximize his opportunity to make a whole bunch of money in the NHL. And in order to do that, he's going to need lots of minutes and hopefully score lots of points. And as you said, he's more likely to get lots of minutes on a team that's worse than the Flyers than he would have gotten here. So, good luck, buddy.
All right. And we appear to have lost Kelly again. I have no idea what's going on today. It seems like it's just some sort of internet issue, but she will be back shortly. And Shabanov is I wonder what the reception's going to be. And it's a division opponent. It's a team we see a lot. I wonder if he gets the, not quite the Cutter treatment, obviously, but it is a guy who decided, I don't want to play here. I want to play elsewhere. I want to play for a division rival. What kind of obviously, Kelly, it's not going to be the Cutter treatment. That was really something special. That's something we reserve here for very, very unique circumstances like JD Drew, Scott Rowland's return, things like that.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it.
That first game back, Lindros, that was a crazy night with against the Rangers. But I don't think it's going to be quite that insane. I think he'll get booed, but I doubt it's going to be in every time he touches the puck situation. I don't think it's quite that.
I don't think anybody cares that much.
A little bit of a villain.
Also, just real quick, I'm going to apologize in advance to both Brenna and Vince, who is in the chat. I don't know what's going on, but my website keeps glitching out and making a frowny face at me, and then I have to reload it. So I don't know what's happening. I'm very sorry. I hope it doesn't happen again.
I wish,
but if I disappear, that's what's happening.
I wish instead of closing your box, it would just be a frowny face, like in your little square.
This has never happened before, so I don't know what's going on.
That's I have no idea what my Wi-Fi situation is. At this rental, I told everyone yesterday I'm in Sea Isle, and it was better than it normally is at home for me yesterday. At least I didn't. Who the hell knows? It's the internet. No one knows how it works.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Anyway,
I'm not worried about it.
I'm not super mad about Shabanov. It's one of those things that would have been cool.
Yeah.
But not to be. So that's all right.
Yeah, just kind of I think it would have made free agency seem a little more fun. Like you told the podcast on Twitter today. It's just it would have been cool, but all right. I don't think there's too many other headlines to get to, so let's just get into the mailbag. Oh, actually, I have this fun note. I meant to mention it the other day when I heard it. I said it to Charlie off air, and I don't think he appreciates stupid little things like this maybe as much as you and I do. So it's more fun if I do it with you, as Kelly leaves us once again. So I found this pretty interesting. Pat Falloon, when he was traded from the Sharks to the Flyers on November 16th, 1995, he was traded for a first-round pick in 96, which was later traded to Buffalo and then traded to Phoenix. And Phoenix selected Danny Briere with that pick. And a fourth-round pick in 1996 was later traded to Buffalo. And Buffalo selected Mike Martone, the father of Porter Martone. And Danny Briere, years later, 19 years later, he drafts the son, Porter Martone. And it's just kind of a cool thing, I thought.
There are no coincidences, William.
Everything's
just predestined.
Very weird how it all worked out. But let us now get into today's mailbag. We have a whole bunch of questions. We're going to knock out as many as we can. Let's lead it off with Ethan Freeman. And he asks, if we ever want the NHL to catch up to the other leagues in terms of how much we pay our stars, shouldn't McDavid be aiming to take the highest salary possible so as to raise the ceiling for everyone else? And I am sure the Players Association would love to see him take his 20%, his maximum 20%. But that's just kind of not what goes on in hockey. I really think it goes to the Sidney Crosby effect. He took the discount deal for basically his entire career, and because he's insane and wants $8.7 million. But I just don't see. I think McDavid and anyone who can reasonably ask for the 20% should ask for it, but I just don't think it's going to happen. And in the hard cap league, there is an argument to be made. You're going to get yours, but can you put a team around that guy making 20% of the cap?
Right. And also, functionally, nothing's going to fix this problem until the NHL as a whole decides that growing the league and making it more fun is more important than saving the owner's money.
Yeah.
Because that's what the cap exists for. It exists because the people that own these teams
price control
don't want to pay more than this for the people that provide the labor to them. So until that changes, nothing's going to happen. If you go back to the 90s, there was a graph I saw on social media one time. The NHL was poised in the 90s to be just as big as the NBA. And the graph kind of goes NBA like this, and then the NHL like this, because they decided that everybody watching us, I don't know about all that. I don't know if we want everybody watching us. That's crazy. Yeah,
let's take a year off and then come back and then come back on the Outdoor Life Network. Let's have two other lockouts sandwiching that one too.
was a great plan like that. And that's, they decided that was the path they wanted to take. So this is where we are. But Connor McDavid should absolutely be asking for the maximum amount of money, because Connor McDavid deserves the maximum amount of money.
It is just so funny when you see the totals, though. And listen, no one's crying for Mitch Marner and his $12 million a season. But like, I don't think you can get a sixth man in the NBA for $12 million a year. No. You know, you can get like an okay reliever for $12 million a season. It's just very funny that it's the disparity between the leagues, but it is hockey. Like, hockey is kind of a niche sport, and it has become that since the 90s, ever since the lockout. Like, the popularity of the sport has dwindled. I think it's coming back. I think the sport is doing pretty damn well, at least from a revenue standpoint right now. I would love to see the players make as much as possible, because 82 games and then the war that is the playoffs, I feel like that's worth more than, you know, your average middle reliever. Basically, you're pretty damn good like reliever, I guess, for $12 million a year. But it's Kelly's getting the internet straightened out, but it's just one of those things. It's the way hockey is, that even if the cap was an astronomical number like it is in the NBA, it is in the NFL, players are always kind of guilted a little bit. It's that hockey mentality of, well, you got to leave some pie for everybody else, you know? And I just, it's really just, this is why the cap exists. I think the reason for the salary cap, like Kelly was saying, is cost control, is to keep prices of players down, but it's twofold as well. It's also to put the fans on the side of ownership. When you see like what goes on with the Maple Leafs, oh, everyone's getting all this money and we can't build a team around these guys. And it puts the fans on the side of ownership as well. Because listen, I am a fan of the logo. I'm a Flyers fan. I want them to win. I want Travis Konechny and Matvei Michkov and everyone to get the bag, because hell yeah, they deserve it. But I want the team to win more so than I want them to make, you know, every extra couple of dollars here and there. All right, let's go to this question from Dan Knightley, which I just found really, really funny. Kelly will be back in a second, and we'll get her answer. Would you rather be eaten by a shark or a grizzly bear? My great fear in life is shark attack. Sharks don't always hunt people and this and that. Jaws is a myth. It doesn't matter, because I would die of a heart attack if I saw a great white shark next to me. That said, I think you read my obituary and you hear eaten by shark. That's pretty badass. I actually told Ava recently, no matter how I go, just put died in a shark attack. Kelly is back.
I thought long and hard about this question.
Would you rather be eaten by a shark or a grizzly bear?
First of all, I'd like to say, friend of the pod, Dan Knightley, always comes with the best questions.
He knows what we want, and he gives us. He always delivers.
So I think shark, because I think a shark is more likely to just chomp you.
A shark is more likely to just chomp you and I guess die. And I do think like the grizzly bear, it would be a slower process. I think that's where Kelly was going with this. This is just a freaking disaster today. But yeah, I think I could befriend a grizzly. Like, I think I could befriend a bear. Like a shark, all they care about is swim and eat and make baby sharks. You know, I don't think there's any reasoning with a shark. A bear, I am fairly certain I wouldn't be eaten by a bear, because I could befriend it. You know, give it a little belly scratch, tell them what's up, steal some picnic baskets with them. But yeah, I think grizzly bear would be more violent, more painful, and shark is just cooler. Like, you get eaten by a shark, that's cool, man. You go out like Quint. You know, who doesn't want to go out like Quint in the suicide mission he was on in Jaws? All right, we're gonna have you know what? While we are waiting for Kelly to reconnect, why don't we just take our first commercial break? Summer is hot. It is freaking sweltering outside. It has been for weeks, and that means you're probably having some fun outside, but you're sweating real bad when you do it, and that probably means you don't smell your best. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, you need to try Mando. Mando is a men's deodorant and it is a full body deodorant. And if Kelly was on the call right now, I think she would want to tell you about Grundle odor levels. That's right. Just 12 hours after a shower, the average man's Grundle odor level is a 5 out of 10. It is steaming. Not that long after you shower. You get a shower at night, the next day, a few hours, and suddenly you stink. And that's why you got to protect yourself from BO with Mando. It was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. And this is a safe, paraben-free, baking soda-free, full-body deodorant. And when I say full body, I mean it. We're talking pits. We're talking balls. We're talking thigh folds. We're talking belly buttons, butt cracks, feet. This is an all-over safe-to-use product. I am a big fan of Mando. I'm down the shore right now. I love me some no shower happy hour. But just because you didn't shower, just because you're coming right from the beach, doesn't mean you need to stink. That's right. Get rid of BO and do so with a Mando starter pack. A Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers. Comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like the mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. And as a special offer for our listeners, new customers get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code. All you got to do is use code PHLY at shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com and use code PHLY at shopmando.com. You use that code, you get 20% off site-wide and free shipping. And when you do all that, please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando.
Charlie, I walked into my garage yesterday, and it was a sauna in there.
Yeah, this Philly heat, especially now, it's no joke.
This humidity is here. So what I ended up doing, I got like 20 bags of ice. I went into my backyard, filled a baby pool with them. Nice little inflatable I have back there. Did a little cold plunge.
Why didn't you just turn on your air conditioner?
I'm trying to be energy efficient. I hear the cold plunges are good for you. You seem like a cold plunge kind of guy. And I'm trying to save a little bit of cash as well.
Okay, well, instead of filling up a baby pool, and I don't believe you have any children, William, but instead of filling up a baby pool that you don't yet need, you could just check out Pico's energy-saving rebates. They've got deals on Energy Star cooling equipment that actually work and cut your bills.
So no more ice?
It's the summer. Flyers aren't playing. They've already melted all the ice in the rink.
Yeah, that seems like what's up. I'm going to have to check this out. It seems like the way to go, Charlie. Thank you.
So just head to pico.com/ways to save. They've got tips for everything. Heating, cooling, lighting, you name it.
Can I just say I'm really glad my last show is a mailbag. It's fun for me.
Kelly, this will not be your last show. Listen, I am the one who kind of pushed for a couple of remote shows these 2 days so that I could enjoy my time down the shore. And sometimes stuff happens. It's live radio, as we say, live entertainment, live YouTube. That's what I wanted to say. So you called me a podcast earlier, and everyone knows it's just me on the Twitter. I'm not a sentient blog like Broad Street Hockey. It's just Bill's Twitter. Are we a podcast? Like, I know, like, it gets podcasted, and like BSH Radio, obviously, the heart of it was a podcast, but we're like a live YouTube show. We do all this extra content. Well, I think I just call this a live show because, like, it's not as if there's any difference between YouTube and TV anymore.
My friend Joe says you're on TV, and I'm like, I'm absolutely not on TV. No.
Oh, we're on TV, the Roku channel. I mean, everyone streams YouTube on their own television now. My niece and nephew were so excited to see themselves yesterday.
Yeah, but I guess we're not. We're more than a podcast, I guess. We're an interactive media experience.
Yeah, it's just it's a full. I like that interactive media experience. You can take it in any way you like. So you're with Shark. Is it because a grizzly bear seems like a slower death?
Yeah, I think a grizzly bear would like torture you, like tear off an arm, eat it, tear off like some skin. Like I feel like the grizzly bear would eat it. And also, I heard you will absolutely not befriend a grizzly bear. You could maybe befriend a black bear, but a grizzly bear's just gonna eat you.
Everyone is always trying to decipher between bears. I just see bears. I think my quote I think my quote in my high school yearbook was, I can't outrun a bear because I'm faster than a bear. I can outrun a bear because of what happens if I don't. I think that might have been my senior quote.
That's deep, Bill. That's really
right.
deep.
We have a couple of food questions, and the reason I included Scoots McFlier in this one is a hot dog a sandwich. I'm just so done with this. And he gave the funny like picture and everything, so it's clearly a joke. Funny. But I am just so tired of this freaking question. I don't care. Call it whatever the hell you want. I'm over it at this point.
Anything is a sandwich if you choose to make it one. My personal ethos is that a hot dog is not a sandwich.
Really?
But listen, your personal beliefs are your personal beliefs. I feel like a hot dog is a separate category. It's not a sandwich. But again, believe what you want to believe. Who am I to question your God? It's not for me.
You know what? That's completely fair. But the next one from Obi Trice 412, that's the one I really wanted to get to. What is your favorite sandwich? He says he's partial to a turkey club. I like a good like a staple sandwich, like a turkey club. But give me a hot roast pork all day. Just set me free in Denix and just never see me again. Like that's how I'd want to go, eating myself to death in Denix.
Okay, that's fair. If I had to pick like a standard sandwich recently, so it's summertime. One of my favorite sandwiches of all time in the summertime is a tomato sandwich, which is just tomato, mayo, and copious amounts of salt and pepper. Are you not a tomato person?
I like all tomato products. I am cool
tomatoes.
with fresh salsa. You give me a slice of tomato and I am weirded out. It's a texture thing, I think. I'm pretty sure if you were somehow able to hide it, I'd be like, ooh, I like this. What's going on in here? But I just can't see it. It like makes me nauseous.
All right. Like at a diner, I think like my standard diner sandwich would be a BLT. But like really can't beat like a really good Italian hoagie.
That's true. I think diner sandwich, I normally either go French dip or Reuben.
Okay. Oh, a Reuben's really good.
Really,
I do love a Reuben.
Like me some, just really put Russian dressing on anything, and I'm probably in.
Pretty good.
But yeah, there's so many. I love sandwiches. That's
they're
we might not have art or culture or any of that in Philadelphia, but what we do have is the greatest sandwiches in the world, bar none.
100%. We are ruined as a people for a sandwich in any other location. No one else can do it.
Like even I would say, the tourist trap, I always say Pat's is good, but even the tourist trap cheesesteaks, pretty freaking good. I mean, there's better. Don't get me wrong. There are far better cheesesteaks, although I will say Pat's is good. But even those ones, like you could do a lot worse. You could have a worse sandwich. Go anywhere else and get a cheesesteak. It's not as good.
I'm not partial to the slabs of meat. I like the more chopped, integrated cheesesteak situation. That's just me.
I understand. I want my birch beer. I want my cheese fries, and I want something smothered in whiz. And that's what you get at Pat's. All right. So that's the sandwich question. I think we thoroughly got through that one.
Here's one, sandwiches Kelly, for an hour.
This could be a sandwich show today. We could just talk about sandwiches. But this is one I wanted to make sure we got to, especially with you here, one of my few people who loves 90s movies as much as I do. From Philabuster. If Rufus shows up on your doorstep with the phone booth and says you can go back and experience one moment in Flyers history, which would it be?
Oh, God, that's such a good question. I mean, like, I guess the obvious answer is, one of the cup winning games, just to experience what that was like. Because who knows if we're ever going to get to. But like, I don't know if there's anything like from my lifetime that I've seen that would have been good enough to go back to. Like obviously I had the most fun in 2010, but like seems silly to go back to that because it ended in tragedy.
That's the thing. Like if I could just bottle that night, Game 7 against Boston, sure. But it's always like, and then what happened?
And then what? Yeah, right.
Why you gotta? I have so little. Why must you take it away from me? But really, that's it. But the answer, I would just love to be at that first parade because everyone says that 74 parade was freaking Woodstock. Like it
I
was
bet
the
it was
greatest
amazing.
party of all time, and I would love to have been able to experience it. Actually, my mother-in-law, Ava's mom, has a really good story. She cut school to go to the first parade and was seen on TV and got suspended.
Amazing.
The nuns saw her on television and she got suspended from school because
That
she
is
got to go to the parade.
incredible. Oh my God. That beats my I cut class to go to a Flyers practice on 9/11 and ended up in the newspaper.
Really? That is, Kelly, you have, I know you always tell me my life is a movie, but I feel like you have some really good ones. Like you were at Woodstock 99. Speaking of Woodstock, like,
I was.
you have some
yes.
pretty damn good stories. But yeah, it
I
has
got
to
a
be,
couple.
has to be the cup, one of the cup wins, one of the
Gotta
parades
be,
or
yeah.
something, because it's,
I mean, in
it's
the
a thing
spectrum,
we've never had. Yeah.
Yeah, in the spectrum, everyone's got a mustache. People are smoking. Like I that's got to be it.
Go back in time, wear a jersey. Everyone's like, "What are you doing? Where's your cap
what is
and
that?
tie?
Yeah, right.
What are these filters on your cigarettes?" But yeah, I guess like I would love to be able to have experience like the Spectrum, that Game 6 against the Oilers. Everyone talks like there's never been a louder building than that night.
Yeah.
Would love to be able to do that, but of course, again, then they lose Game 7.
Right.
But yeah, it has to be something from the cup. From my lifetime, though, give me that moment. Like with all my friends, we were in Milwaukee for whatever reason. Game 7 against Boston. I would, sure, give me that, but just don't tell me what happens afterwards.
I've
Maybe
never
we could
hugged so
change
many
history.
strangers in my life. Yeah.
Maybe
yeah,
that's why Rufus is coming back to us. Maybe we're Bill and Ted, and we need to affect history and change it so that we can, I don't know, make the world better or something. Flyers win the cup in 2010. Who knows?
So we have to go back to 2010 and we have to like push a kid down the stairs or something, and then the Flyers win the cup.
We have to tell Paul Holmgren to get a freaking goalie at the deadline. That's what we do. Like, maybe don't go with Brian Boucher and the guy you just pulled out of men's league. I love Bouch. Love him. But like,
I know.
Bouch and a starter, that would be cool. Maybe just do that. Maybe just do that.
Yeah.
And knock off that Eminger trade too. Figure out a way to maybe keep John Carlson. All right. From Mad Dog 2020. And here we go with the Negadelphia.
Oh, boy.
If the Flyers never win a cup again, what would be the number one reason? And is there something they would have to do to make you stop watching? So the first part, if the Flyers never win a cup again, what's the number one reason?
It's your negativity that you're putting out into the universe. Knock it off.
I guess it's just ownership never really decides on a path. They're rebuilding and then they go, time to turn the corner. It would just be like a lot of stop and starts, basically repeats of the second half of Holmgren into Hextall, into Fletcher. We just kind of Groundhog's Day that and never learn our lesson. That would be
here's the thing. It's just failing to get good players. Like that's going to be the reason. If we never win the cup, it's because they never got around to getting good players and building an actual team that can win a cup.
I can't allow myself to live in a world where I think they can't. I need to believe that they can and will.
I really, truly, with my whole heart, believe that Danny Briere is going to do it. Like the path that we are on, you can see what he's doing. Every move makes sense. Like he's got these like surgical moves. He makes I don't know. I really feel like he's going to get us there.
I'm hoping, Kelly. I really we said, I don't even know if we said it on the air, but we were talking one day, like, what the hell are we going to do? Like, I'm going to have to call the DNVR guys and be like, so how do you do this? Like, they win most of their games and you're happy? Like,
we enjoy watching the games and doing an hour post game. Like, that's fun for us.
You're not mad about the fourth line left winger or the third pair defenseman who that's the whole reason they're being held back.
Does not compute.
You're not constantly yelling about stuff. You're obviously we'd find other things to be upset about because,
of course,
hey, now we're competing for cups. Now it's all about winning in the playoffs. But
yeah,
I don't even know what the show. They might have to bring in someone else to teach us how to do a show about a good team because it's been a really long time.
We've literally never done it.
All right. And is there something the Flyers could do that would make you stop watching?
That's really hard. I don't. So here's the thing. Like, I want to believe that I am a principled enough person that, like, if the Flyers did a Blackhawks kind of thing, I would be so mad that I would, never want to watch them again. But also, this is my favorite thing in the world. And I've loved it for so long. And I don't know that I would be able to stop.
And this is, pure hypothetical, not, saying anyone's involved in anything. But if something like that were to occur, like with the team inside the team, I think given our platform, like I'd have to stick with, because I love this thing and it's mine. These people running it, they're the ones who aren't permanent. Like I am permanent, and it would be railing against it to make sure like the necessary measures were taken to ensure that these people are held accountable.
That's a really great point.
Like, and get them the hell out of my, like, this thing's mine.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just renting our sports teams. They're a public trust. They belong to us. You're just here. You have a bunch of money, Comcast or whoever.
That's a great, really great point.
I think like something like that. But other than, I don't know, move. If they moved, I would stop watching. I would hate them. That would make me hate them. If they went elsewhere, I guess.
That would
all of a sudden they were in Kansas City, I'd be like, I hate them. I'm a Phantom fan now.
Probably.
But I can't imagine. I just can't imagine anything.
I don't know if there is
stopping me. And at this point, like it is kind of my career.
That's true.
Don't really have a choice.
Interest in
kind of got, and just the sunk cost. Even if it wasn't my, like, what am I'm going to give up now? Like,
I know.
After all this losing, like I can't give up now. It might get good again. Who's to say?
Exactly.
All right. Let's go to this next question from Anise. What would the Philly version of the grouse grind be? The development camp activity where the Canucks send their prospects up a mountain before releasing the Sedins to hunt them down.
Is this a real thing?
There's this crazy thing in Vancouver. It's called the grouse grind. I've heard them talk about it on Chiclets and stuff. And it's like this crazy workout thing that you need John LeClaire legs to be able to do, apparently.
Okay.
You have to be Marty St. Louis or something. And it's this, insane. But it's not
actually being hunted by the Sedins.
No, but they just do it, and they do it in a time that's apparently half of everyone else. So
oh my God.
If they're part of it, I guess maybe they're sitting there on your ass, calling you a wimp or whatever. I wanted to show this map because it's the only thing I could think of in Philly is the Rocky Run, his actual route, because the route he takes is wild. This is not something a normal person could, all the things, all the scenes and everything they set up. This is not a run a person could accomplish. Maybe it is. And it's a person like Kelly who does runs and stuff.
No,
but me looking at it, I go, this is a 4-day trek.
That's got to be more than a marathon, right? That's got to be more than 20. Although maybe it's not 26 miles because I don't know. It might not be a marathon.
Do you have anything that you actually know of?
No, I mean, in my mind, because I think running is the worst thing that a human being could possibly do to themselves.
You do it all the time.
I know, because I hate myself. A marathon is the worst thing. In my mind, a marathon is the worst possible thing. So but that run does look insane. And then you got to go up steps at the end of it.
Yeah, I guess if it would be a normal thing, it would just be 100 times up and down the art museum steps, right? That would be our mountain, I suppose.
I guess. I guess it used to be the rope skate, right? That used to be the thing.
Yeah,
that was it for a couple of years.
How happy do you think all these guys are?
They must be so psyched.
If I'm like Cam York, I'm showing up to Dev Camp with the rope and making them all do it and be like, now you're not part of the team until you do this. We all had to do it.
That would be amazing.
This is an acceptable form of hazing. I would say the rope skate, gone but not forgotten, John Tortorella and his infamous rope. And it's Cam York, obviously, the one who's unleashing it on everybody just because he's mad. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. The next question here, it says, an apple in summer bloom. That's a nice name. What was your favorite Flyers goal song, and what is the best goal song in the NHL?
Ooh. Are the Penguins still using my chosen goal song? I don't know
If
if
they are using Party Hard, which I do not know if they are or
I don't know
aren't.
if they are either.
Man, that's a real tough one to beat.
Hall and Oates with the Leafs is kind of fun. That was fun for a little bit. I kind of, even though they stole it from the Union, I kind of liked Dupe. Dupe was fun.
I like crossover stuff like that. I like when the
Yeah.
teams in town all kind of rally around something, and they took it because, like, Bro Hymn is a great song.
It is
and it is a great goal song. But when you see another team using it, and it's like, oh, it's the Ducks, and they're from there. Like, okay,
Yeah.
what is our connection to this song? Like, Bro Hymn ruled, but once I realized that, I'm like, maybe that's not us. But I did love that one. I just think Rock and Roll Part 2 is the greatest goal song. Like, there is no topping that song.
It really is. It's you got to separate the art from the artist.
Yeah, Gary Glitter sucks real bad. There's no, like, he's bad guy.
Right.
Not, but that song as a goal song freaking rules. Like, it is just so simple and great. You sing along. It's
What do we think about song 2, the Blur song? Like, that's a good one.
That is a good one. Like, how do you feel about this? Because I think right now the best goal song is yet to be discovered for the Flyers. That's what, like, I'm a huge Van Halen fan. I don't want this to be, though, like, when they're in the playoffs next, like when they're in the Eastern Conference final next, for this to be the goal song. I think it's a good placeholder. It's part of the history and everything.
Yeah.
But when they're good, I think we need to find our own thing for this era.
Yes, I agree. And I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is yet. Could be
Maybe
Knock Knock.
a youth
That'd be
has
great.
to fix it. Oh, God, Knock Knock would be so
It's
great.
so old now. Like, that's the youth don't even know Knock Knock, I would guess.
We got to
Like,
bring it back.
That was so
They gotta
freaking long
learn.
ago, Kelly. That was 2011 into 2012, I guess.
Good God. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was New Year's 2012. Yeah, so it was 11 into 12. Like, I love that song. I wish it was still our intro. Wish we were allowed to use it. Maybe it would make a great goal song. But yeah, I don't know what it should be. I have my thoughts. I would love it for it to be Maxine Nightingale, but there's a couple of teams that use it as their victory song now. So that
Whoop
doesn't
There
work.
It Is. Whoop There It Is great.
Whoop There It Is
really
really
the
good.
Train would be good.
Something like that would be good.
Yeah.
I think it's better to, like, go back and take something like that than it is to do, like, a contemporary hit, just because that goes away.
Yeah, I feel, that's the thing. Like, the songs that you're still hearing that came out in, like, 1994, those have been proven timeless. Like, you can't really pick, like, I don't know, like a Taylor Swift song, because who knows if in 10 years anyone's going to even care about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just fleeting. I know people are going to come at me now.
Did you just say that on the internet? Jeez.
I should have picked somebody
Witness
else.
protection for you. I will, however, make one amendment. Hot to Go as a contemporary
Hot to
song.
Go is so
Wouldn't hate it.
good.
It's so good.
Me and you love that song. So I need you people to
It
know
plays
that
every
time-
game. It plays every game. And as
that-
Kelly and I are sitting there preparing for post game, I just start singing and dancing, and we're like, "Yep, still good."
It's absolutely slaps. It's really good.
Yeah. Let's get. You know what? Actually, let us pause for our next commercial break before we tackle the next question. I got to tell you about our friends at Parks Casino and the Parks Online Casino app. That's right. Because whether your favorite team wins or not, there's always another way to win on the BetParks Online Casino app. You can check out brand new casino games on the app like Huff and More Puff and Fire Blaze Sky Queen, which is a BetParks exclusive. You can only get it on the Parks Online Casino app. This is the only app I ever use to play all my favorite casino games, and it's right in the palm of my hand. I can play blackjack, roulette, craps, poker, baccarat, and hot online slots like Cash Eruption, 88 Fortunes, and Cleopatra. You can also play slots based on your favorite streaming games, like streaming shows like The Walking Dead, Squid Game, Breaking Bad, Peaky Blinders, and it's got all your favorite classic casino games from wherever you are, at home or on the go. And new users, you got to check out this deal. If ever you are interested in signing up for an online casino app, now is the time for you to check out Parks because new users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in that first 24 hours. Go to betparks.com and download the app right now and enjoy all the action and excitement from the casino at your fingertips. You must be 21 or older and in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, or Michigan for BetParks. You love to play. You play to win. You bet. BetParks. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And while we're here, speaking of 800, 1-800-588-2300
I muted myself today.
There we go. I'm just glad we didn't lose you again. Listen,
Jesus.
I have been telling you for how long that Empire Today is the only place to get your new flooring, and it's for the simple reason that they have the flooring experts. It's not like you go into a big box store. If you can even find someone to help you, you quickly realize you know more about this subject than they do because they were stocking light bulbs yesterday, and tomorrow they're just going to be bringing orders out to people's cars. Nope. With Empire Today, you get the experts, and you don't just get them where they are. They come to you. That's right. Empire Today lives and breathes flooring, and they can bring the showroom right to your home so you can pick the right flooring and the right colors for your space in your space. See how it all looks with your furniture and in your house. You know, you see something, the lighting in a store, like, oh, that looks nice, and you get home, this isn't for me. Well, that's never a problem with Empire because you're choosing right in your home, and the burden isn't on you. They have the people to do the job for you, from taking the precise measurements and having all your questions answered to getting that clear upfront and all-inclusive pricing. And you can schedule installation as soon as the next day because nobody wants to wait around. You want the new floors. You want your house looking right. That's why you got to go with Empire. So schedule a free in-home estimate today because some things are just better at home. And PHLY listeners, you can receive a $350 discount when using promo code PHLY. You heard that right. $350 off with code PHLY. Restrictions apply. Visit empiretoday.com/PHLY for full details. All right. Time just flies.
Boy, am I crushing it today. Just absolutely crushing this show.
Kelly, it is the day before 4th of July. It is senioritis up in here. Why do you think we're doing a mailbag?
All right.
Charlie ain't home. No dad to tell us what to do. So we're doing questions about sandwiches and sharks. This is a good one from Kevbo. If you were a goalie for the Flyers, what would you want your gear to look like? Any special designs on the helmet, color pattern on the legs, etc.? I guess my number one thing would have to be black pads, black glove, black blocker, because it just makes it harder for them to like overturn calls and stuff. They can't find the puck. Who's to say where the puck is? That would be my number one thing. That. And then I would just want obnoxious orange. Like my helmet would be like a tribute to all things Philly. Maybe have all the team logos on there. Get the Rocky statue or whatever. Just like the most Philly stuff imaginable on the helmet.
Yeah, I've always wondered. I mean, I think I heard once, maybe this is something you can ask Martinez when you have him on, that they don't do all black pads because it's hard for them too. Like they lose the puck also, which I guess makes sense. But yeah, I would want all black equipment, and then I would want my helmet to be black but sparkly.
Ooh.
And then with like obnoxious, as you said, obnoxious pandering Philly things on it.
You know what would be perfect for you? The Pearl Jam 10 banner that they have.
Oh, yeah.
You get that on there. I think that would be absolutely, I just thought of that. That would be perfect for you.
That would be good. I would absolutely put that on there.
Yeah, I definitely have like I'd probably have I'm trying to get it on camera. My Ava, this is impossible. My Ava Mermaid tattoo. Yeah, I'd probably have something like that on there as well. But yeah, I would want to do the most pandering, like the Philly Fanatic would be on there. Him and Gritty, Yeah.
Kissing.
Yeah, beating up Mr. Met. Yeah, absolutely kissing without you know what? You nailed it. That is exactly what it would be. All right, let's try to knock out a few more of these, Hinkle. Let's go to Will Moore. Who will have the most success as a Philadelphia Flyer? Michkov, Luchenko, or Martone?
Porque no los tres, in my opinion.
Yeah. I would have to say,
it's got to be Mich, right?
It's Matvei Michkov. They see him, like they believe he is a superstar. Like, he has superstar potential. He's going to be the number one guy. I truly believe that they think that. And I didn't see anything in his rookie year to make me believe otherwise. Like, yes, needs to be in better conditioning, needs to age into his prime, needs to get stronger, all of that. But, like, why won't he be awesome? There's really, and I say this, and it's like, it's the Flyers, dummy. Why won't he? Because something ridiculous is going to happen. But, so far, so good. I think it's Michkov, and then you look at, Martone was the 6th overall pick. A lot of people had him rated, 3, 4, 5 in this draft. And Luchenko, listen, my mind is open about Luchenko. I just don't have the highest optimism for what he's going to be. I just don't think he's going to be a first-line player. That's the thing.
Right.
I think the other two will be.
Yeah, if I had to rank them, it would be Mich, like, by a mile, and then Martone, and then Luchenko. Can I just say, like, while we're talking about Porter Martone, I saw someone do a Blue Sky tweet about the idea of someone with, like, peak hoagie mouth saying Porter Martone, and now it's all that I can hear. Like, Porter Martone. Porter Martone.
That's really good. That's actually really well done.
Thanks.
That's just how I talk. I can't make myself do it, though. Like, I can't actually do it on purpose.
Yeah. But now I might, for the rest of his career, only say his name with hoagie mouth.
I kind of actually really love it. I hope that's a thing. Like, if we could do clips in the beginning of the show, like, like a radio, like a morning zoo radio sort of open, that would definitely be one of the drops. Like, without a doubt, you saying it in the Delco accent, absolutely perfect. All right, let's go to Dan. It's at Spider28Spider. Who do you think gets moved to wing first at some point this season, Cates or Dvorak?
Cates for sure.
I think there is a chance it's kind of those two together in a hybrid. Like, all right, we like Cates at center as the, low man in the defensive zone and all that, but Dvorak kind of has that Giroux role where, okay, he's on the wing, but he takes a majority of the face-offs. He's like 55%, over 55% the last 4 years on draws. I can see those two together on a line kind of forming 2/3 of, like, the shutdown line.
So, like, as someone who played the game, do you think there is like a way to, I mean, not like totally positionless hockey, but like this idea. So, like, I've been thinking a lot about this whole like 1C thing, how like the team's doomed if they don't get this 1C, which is a very specific thing in people's minds. But like, what if your best player is a wing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, isn't there a way to play hockey where like your best player does not have to be a center that wins 60% of the face? Like, there's got to be like a way, right? To structure your team.
I guess it's like Tampa has Hedman and they have Vasilevsky. So I guess it's a little, but I mean, their best player is Nikita Kucherov. That's right. He is their MVP candidate. Like, if someone's going to win a Hart Trophy or get Hart votes, it is Nikita Kucherov. I do think it's possible. Now, it's not as if Braden Point isn't awesome. Right. But I don't think Braden Point, like, I think when Flyers fans especially think to themselves, we need a 1C. I don't think anyone's thinking about a guy like Braden Point. They're thinking of Nathan McKinnon. I think it was Jeffler back in the day. Like, what fans say when they, like, what fans mean when they say these things. Like, my 1C isn't a 1C. He's a generational superstar. It is right, exactly. It's McKinnon, Yeah. And then my 1D isn't just a 1D. We're not talking about Alex Pietrangelo. We're talking about Victor Hedman. And then my 2D, he's a 1D. Like, he's still going to get a couple of Norris votes. He's going to get some 5th place votes, and that's, I don't know how realistic it is. Maybe now with the cap going up, but also there's going to be freaking 34, 36, 40 teams. Like, you're not going to be able to stack talent that way. It's going to be more spread out. I think there's a way to do it. Like, I just always look at what that 2010 team was. Now, there was a 1C on that team. We just didn't know it at the time. He wasn't in his prime yet in G, but he's playing some center and wing. Yeah, like he's playing some center. He's playing some wing on that team. Jeff Carter's playing some center and some wing. Is Richards a 1C? Is Briere a 1C? Like,
not in the way people think these days.
Yeah, I think you can do it, but you do need to have basically okay, so we have 3 second lines. Like that has to be the thing that gets you through if you don't have that. And I think it's just as hard to do that as it is to find the guy.
Sure.
It's just different paths, which are both pretty difficult.
Yeah, I've just decided that I wholly reject the idea that if we don't get someone like Nathan MacKinnon, then the team is doomed and they will never win a Stanley Cup. I've just decided that's nonsense.
It's hard to like live in that world of absolutes because like, well, what if they don't? Then there's just no chance. Like,
right? There's
other
would it be
ways
nice
to do things? Yeah.
Right. Like, yeah, sure. Would it be cool if we got one of those? Yeah, cool. Yeah, of course. You should try to get one. But like, I feel like if we don't get one, I think there's a way to win without it. I don't know. Because most teams don't. That's the thing. Most teams don't have those dudes.
Shout out JH, who I am sure right now is saying, well, we're signing McDavid, so it doesn't matter.
He's already done 2 super chats.
Yeah.
I've been watching.
All right. So let's hit Paul with the great ideas. What is the best Flyers draft of all time? He says 15 and 03 stick out, but really only due to the first round success. The rest of this, speaking of 2015, Provy should be an Anna Wine so he can be crybaby buddies with Quitter. Go Flyers. Like scrolling through it, there's like I was just
the Richards
on Hockey
Carter
Reference,
draft, right?
Yeah, like the Richards Carter draft. But really, like those are the only guys in that draft.
That's true.
Like,
those are the only guys. They were just 2 real good ones.
Hoping 2023 with Michkov, Bonk, Bjarny, Zavragin,
that could be a good one.
Kanoobs, Chiernik, like hopefully that's the best one, you know.
Yeah.
But you just go through and there aren't 15 with Provorov and Konechny, that's pretty good. But you scroll through the rest, like all right, Felix Sandstrom he played 30 NHL games. Matvei Tomek never came over. There's a bunch of dudes here who played like 35 or fewer games. I guess like Sanheim and Lindblom, getting them in the same draft. And like NAK's had a decent career. Mark Friedman's in the NHL a little bit. That's okay. 2012, a little underrated. Lawton, Stolars, Gostis Bear, 3 straight picks. Not too bad.
That's a good one. That's pretty good.
It's I think getting Claude Giroux at 22, like speaking about how hard it is to get a 1C. Yes, the rest of this draft, not all that impressive. But you did do that.
Yeah.
03 is good. 2000, you get Justin Williams in the first round, and then Roman Chekmanik in the 6th. It's not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
Nienema and Prospel in the 2nd and 3rd round in 93. That's pretty good value.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
91, Forsberg, Dmitry Yushkevich, and Neil Little. Neil Little in the 11th round. You got a lot of mileage out of him. 90
Neil
might
Little
be the
was
best
drafted
one.
In 1991.
1991.
Jesus
1990,
Christ.
they go Mike Ricci in the 1st round, Chris Simon and Renberg both in the 2nd, and then Chris Therien in the 3rd. Pretty damn good. You got Dan Kordic.
So they almost had
too.
a good one there.
Yeah, like it was decent. But really, 83, Zezel, Tocchet, and Eklund. There's not a ton of great ones.
No.
Getting Clark in the 2nd round, even though it's 17th overall, is pretty damn good, even though it's just one guy. But that's that.
Yeah, I don't have like the bandwidth to do this kind of research, but I wonder if there's any team that like knocked an entire draft out of the park. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that ever happens.
The Stars in 2017, Kelly. Being that mirror of the Flyers, just so close, yet so far.
They
we
did
have a
kind
bunch
of nail that
more
one, didn't they?
questions, but we do have 5 super chats to get to. So let's hit the super chats. This time absolutely flew by, which it always does when we do the mailbags. Let's hit this first one, and it is from our boss, Vince Pellegrini. Turcotte for a 4th or 5th buy low player. Vince always has really solid suggestions. Listen,
he does.
I'm interested in anyone who doesn't cost all that much in terms of assets. That's fine with me.
I'd get pretty much anybody for a 4th or 5th. See what happens.
Take a shot. I don't want a 4th or 5th round pick. Honestly, I hope they trade all of them after the 3rd round forever. If drafts are going to be as long as they were this year, get rid of all the freaking picks. I want 1st and 2nds maybe a third here or there. That's it. Trade up that third, get back into the second, and let's call it a day. But yeah,
I like where your head is at.
Get an NHL player because guess what? A 4th or 5th round pick isn't going to be
not an NHL player. Yeah, exactly. Right.
All right. Let's hit this next one here from J.E. Frucione. J.E. always comes in with like the $10 ones too. It's always good to see. Great show, guys. Simple question. Alex Bump or Porter Martone, who makes the NHL team this year? Either both or neither of them? Thanks.
So I've been
Bump
looking
has
at
a really good shot.
I was going to say, I've been reading Charlie's tweets today. Apparently Bump is like really standing out at Dev Camp. And I'm actually, I'm real high on him. I'm obsessed with how cocky he is and how much he wants to prove people wrong. Like, I think it's really fun. It's been a while since the Flyers have had someone that's kind of an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, just in like the good way.
Yeah.
And
you need that sort of, you need that swagger. Like, you need to believe you're awesome. Like, he's got that chip on his shoulder. He thinks he should have been like a 1st round pick and he goes in the 5th, you know, like he wins the national championship. He wanted to, and like, while he has some of that attitude, he also seems like a really grounded guy just in terms of, he decided to go on his pro tryout and play for the Phantoms rather than join the Flyers for a couple of games at the end of the year.
I really like
he was
that.
Like, I want to go play in the playoffs, and I think it'll get me ready for next year. Like, I also think he's got like the work ethic and the mentality on top of the cockiness, which we both absolutely love. But Charlie's making me a little optimistic that Porter Martone has a shot.
I think he's definitely going to at least get the Jet Luchenko treatment. Like, he's definitely going to get some games.
I think especially with this Tyson Forster injury, the opportunity is open for one or more wingers who weren't on the team last year to find themselves in a top 9 role that maybe we weren't expecting. I'm pretty much expecting Alex Bump. I think if he doesn't, it's not the end of the world, but I think I'm expecting him. Martone would be the fun surprise though. And as you and I always say, get him in there, see what happens. If you're an NHL player, learn to play in the NHL.
Player. Exactly.
All right. Thank you, J.E. Let's see the next one here. And it is our pal, J.H., and he has the countdown. 363 days. Still no Ronald McDonald signing. ESPN puts out a pretty interesting article that smells like he's not staying. 97 to Philly, all but confirmed. I love that J.H. is keeping the hope alive. Counting down in the Discord. Counting down in the Discord. Counting down in the Super Chats every day. And I said from the beginning, if he doesn't sign on July 1st, and it's July 3rd, hasn't signed yet, I will allow myself a little bit of the McDavid delusion because what is sports without a little bit of delusion? You know,
exactly.
I will allow it. And listen, do I think he's going to hit the market? No, because nobody ever hits the market. Somehow Florida kept all their guys.
That's you know why? Taxes.
Yeah. Sunshine, taxes, they can go to the grocery store and be left alone. I think it all kind of just adds up. But
they keep winning Stanley Cups. That probably helps.
Until they don't get Connor McDavid, we can live in a world where they may.
Exactly.
Listen, who thought they could get Eric Lindros, you know?
I'm delusional about a lot of things. This is the least of my worries. I'm going to be delusional about this until I have no reason not to be.
All right, let's see what we have next here. It is another one from JH. 2 super chats in a row coming in at $9.99. Why is he calling him Connor McDonald?
I don't know.
If Connor McDonald plays for the Oilers and their thing is that they love terrible people, does that mean he is a bad person? Apparently, they want Charter farts. I know I've heard that speculation. I don't know how based in reality it is. It's just like, hey, they need a goalie, and he's a goalie. I don't know if they actually, that's a real thing or if it's just speculation.
I think it's probably just speculation at this point. I've been saying since this has been going on that if any team is going to do it, it's going to be Edmonton, just because they seem to have a history of not really minding that players have a little bit of a checkered past, to put it kindly. So maybe. I'm not going to say Connor McDavid is a bad person. I don't know if he's capable of being a bad person because he has zero personality. He's like
I was just going to say, I don't know if I can call him either good or bad because he's Terry Murray, the cardboard cutout.
He's just a hockey robot. Yeah.
All right. And with that, let's hit the overtime thing real quick. There we go. Go to allphly.com to finish up the show if you're watching on TV. And I think we have one or two left. Here's Borfus. Michkov's goal song, Rasputin. Would you want to be a team that does individual goal songs? Because I think it's cool, but I don't know if I want it for my team.
Yeah, it is cool, but like also I feel like most hockey players are so boring that they're going to pick boring songs. Rasputin is a very fun song that I associate with the Flyers because I may or may not have engaged in illegal streaming at some point in my life. So I associate Rasputin with the Flyers. That would be fun. I would not hate that.
Yeah. I'm trying to, do I want individual? No, I want a team song. It's hockey.
Yeah, I like one song that we all get to know and we all sing it together. Yeah.
I always wonder, like when a goal gets changed, do they then play that guy's song like 8 minutes later?
I know,
like,
right? Yeah.
When it's like, oh no, that wasn't Owen Tippett's goal. Tyson Forster, it hit him in the pants. Do they like at intermission, like then play his song?
Right.
That's just always my question. All right, thanks, Borfus. Let's see who we have next. We have a few more from Hutch. Took PTO to watch live for the first time. Let's go Flyers. Hutch, be a time thief. Watch at work. The best way to consume this is on someone else's time. But thank you so much. We really appreciate you doing such a thing to watch us live and catching our 4th of July Eve mailbag today. So awesome. But be a time thief. Yeah.
Boss makes $1 when I make a dime. That's why I watch PHLY on company time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let's see who is next here. It's K-Red. What up, K-Red? Shabanov. Happy holiday weekend. Hope you're off tomorrow. Oh, we are. There will be content tomorrow. We have a couple of things dropping. They'll be on at noon. But we ourselves will not be here live. There will be some fun content for you, but it's already been done. But Shabanov, is that funny?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Shabby doesn't want to win because he went to the Islanders. So you know what? I don't need that guy on my team.
Yeah, he wants what's best for him, not what's best for the team. Another selfish Russian. Not like that Matvei Michkov. He's a good egg.
He is a good Canadian farm boy, Matvei Michkov.
Canadian farm boy, Matvei Michkov. Flin Flom, Manitoba. All right, and from David Shub, what songs don't you like that they play? I'll go first. The Chapel Roan stuff is super cringe. I feel like the music selection could be better altogether. I'm just like, part of me loves your arena standards because I do love like 80s hair metal and stuff like that. Yeah. But it was great when they had who the hell was the DJ? Charlie did that awesome piece when they Reed Streets. Ruled. DJ Reed Streets was awesome.
Bring him back. How much could he possibly cost? Bring him back.
It was really cool when it's just different. And they've kept some of the playlist. Like you'll hear a little something different now and then. I don't like something I don't like is All the Small Things because it feels like that's Colorado's. And then everyone started doing it. And I'm like,
I don't like that.
There are plenty of songs to sing along to, man.
Don't play that anymore.
Play Philadelphia Freedom or something. I don't know. Just I always want it to reflect us. That's the thing. Like I want it to be about us. Yeah. And that one, I'm just like, I don't know. It's someone else's thing. Dude, let's do our own thing.
All I ask is that if you're going to have Pearl Jam night, could we play Pearl Jam songs at the game?
Play a little 90s alternative. You know, just Y100 Spotify playlist. Throw it on there. Yeah. But I don't know how someone can't possibly like Chapel Roan. It's the catchiest freaking music I've ever heard.
Banger.
Pig Pony Club, excellent.
Yes. It's great.
All right. Let's hit this next one. Another one from David. Love the Van Halen. Did they bring the volume on the music down for Old Grouch Torts? It's definitely not as loud as back in the day in there. Is that true?
Listen. I am not an old grouch. The music at the Farg has been too loud for several years now. There are certain places in the arena. One time I was sitting upstairs, and just happened to be with one of the speakers facing me, I could feel the music hitting, the sound waves hitting my body. It's too loud. I feel like it doesn't need to be concert level loud at a hockey game. I would like to be able to hear the person sitting next to me talking. Like, it's just too loud.
I do feel like I don't get to go to many games anymore because I've got pre and post. I'm rarely there for the warm-ups and everything because I'm at the PHLY studio watching the games typically. But I do remember when I was in the press box, like DJ Michael Delzato era, when it was all the techno warm-up, like that was blasting. That was so freaking loud. And maybe it's because we're high and that's where the speakers are up in the press box. But like, it was unbelievably loud. And listen, I'm all for good loud music, but that's not my thing, so it bothered me. I don't want to hear techno blasting freaking like a Saturday matinee and I'm hungover and you're blasting techno at me. Thanks, Michael Delzato.
I don't want to need to bring my concert earplugs to Flyers games.
All right, I think we have a couple more. All right, another one from David. Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack would be mad relevant.
Agreed.
Who doesn't love the Tony Hawk soundtrack? Like, I was just watching, what is it, Goldfinger? I just saw an interview with that guy. Like, I wrote that song in like 10 minutes and they threw it in a video game and now it's our only song. Like,
you're right.
It changed our lives because it was in this video game.
I feel like we are at the age that like our age group should be the age being pandered to at this point. And so I just want you to play late 90s, early 2000s hits and I'm happy. Like, that's what I need from you.
All right. Do we have another one? No, I believe that is it. And so that means that's all the time we have for you on PHLY Flyers today. Thank you all for listening. Thanks for hanging out. If you haven't already, I haven't pushed this yet, but I'm pretty sure our Die Hard deal is still going on. Make sure you go to allphly.com. $36 intro offer for the year. All right, we have the graphics. That must mean I am correct. I don't know when it ends. I forget. It will be pretty soon. So make sure you get your Die Hard membership now. Get access to all of our premium content, all of Charlie's stuff. He's knocking it out of the park. The amount of content he is producing. Oh, it ends tomorrow, Brenna says. So you're going to want to get that freaking on it now. Zach Berman yesterday, I heard him on, he was on Gargano before I was, so I'm in the little StreamYard room, and he's like, I don't want to be judged against Charlie. I told Vince, like, don't do my evaluation after his, because he is just pumping out content like a madman, and nobody can possibly keep up. Plus, you get all the other sports, all of our awesome coverage for the Phillies, Flyers, Sixers, and Eagles. We have the best writers in town, and you get access to the Discord. You get a discount on merchant events. You get a shirt. So make sure you take advantage of this offer before it ends on the 4th of July. All right. Make sure you're following us here on the YouTube page. Hit that reminder bell so you get notifications whenever we go live, and hit the like button. We have not asked for nearly enough likes today. And whenever we're remote, I can't see the like total, but I know it's too low. I know there aren't enough likes.
Honor
Give
system.
us likes. All right. Follow the Twitter at PHLY_Flyers and follow the podcast wherever you get those. Just search PHLY Flyers. Check out BroadStreetHockey.com. It's pretty cool too. All right, that'll do it. My name is Bill Matz. That is Kelly Hinkle. Until next week, be excellent to each other.
We all silly like the